Coming up on this 2013 CIF recruiting special, Southern California possesses some of the top prep football players in the country. We'll break down the area's best that are moving on to the next level.
Welcome to The Ticket, the StubHub Center, the home of the CIF State Football Championships. My name is Danny Page, and this is CIF Championship Game Day. A challenging road to a championship for Chaminade.
Who is selected? That's the big question. We welcome in Roger Blake, the Executive Director of the CIF State. Roger, it's always a pleasure to see you here. Selection Sunday, man. No better place to be.
Danny Page, he's with Gary McKnight. Danny?
Business as usual with Gary McKnight. Stanley Johnson really looks to be rising to the occasion against Aaron Gordon, doesn't he?
Yeah, they're both great players.
We've covered the state championships for a number of years. There hasn't been a big game with the big game feel like this one.
You belong in the SEC, don't you? Why are you here at USC?
I just feel that they let me be who I am.
Terrell, UCLA made a late push. I mean, the Bruins had such a great season this past fall under Jim Mora. Why did you decide not to go to UCLA?
The Dragons from Bishop O'Dowd pull the wind out of windward sails. They claim the first ever Open Division Girls Championship, of course, at the state level.
The season is almost here. The off-season, the focus wasn't necessarily on what happened on the field, off the field issues. There's so many incredible players in Southern California, but one quarterback, at least to us, seems to stand above the rest. He does literally, I think, at about 6'6", and figuratively as well. He is Brandon Dawkins. Brandon, it's great to have you with us.
Glad to be here.
Surely do it with incredible precision and care for the student athletes. Speaking of precision and care, I'd like to thank Randy Rosenblum, Eric Sondheimer, and all of these guys as well. My name is Danny Page. Thanks to our entire team that put this together. We'll see you next time on Varsity Roundup as we prepare for the playoffs. Gentlemen, thank you again. Take care. Good night, everyone.
I really love USC. It's by far the best university I've been around, the best fans, best players. We're really fortunate to be at USC, and we love being there.
Turn and go, turn and go. Quick, quick, quick. That's it, that's it.
Defensive coordinator Ed Orgeron can say that with certainty. This is his second stint at USC, spending the last 5 years in the SEC and the NFL. I mean, you're a Southern guy. You belong in the SEC, don't you? Why are you here at USC?
I just feel that they let me be who I am, and they love who I am here. You have the opportunity to coach the best players in the country. It's a great school. I just love it here.
Orgeron left USC after spending 7 years working under Pete Carroll and Paul Hackett to take the head coaching job at Mississippi. As a coach, as you grow, you always want to become a head coach, right? And you got that opportunity. You went to Mississippi. Talk about that experience in the SEC. Talk about being the head coach, the leading man.
I thought it was a great experience. You know, we recruited our team. When we got there, we had a very depleted roster. We filled up the roster. We competed hard against LSU, Alabama at overtime, and we didn't have the type of players that we thought we could to beat those guys, but we played at a high level, and we just didn't get a chance to finish the job.
I couldn't agree more. Was it difficult for you watching that Cotton Bowl the next year when your players that you had recruited went in and beat that one-loss Texas Tech team?
You know, I can just say this. The day I left Mississippi behind, and then I moved on forward with my career. And I'm very happy to be back at USC. It's really a blessing. And so I'm happier now than I've been in the last 5 years coaching.
And that's good news for the Trojans. On top of being one of the premier recruiters in the nation, Orgeron is one of the best motivators around.
Set, hut. I like it, George, down. Hut.
It has to be difficult to motivate players that can't reach the postseason. You know, what do you say to these guys now? How do you keep them on their game all 13 days? They can't win a championship. They're not ranked in one of the polls. How do you deal with that?
You have some very competitive coaches, some very competitive young men. They're still here to play football. Number one, to get a great education. Number two, to win every game. We still can win every game. And number three, go to the NFL.
Orgeron is also a seasoned defensive line coach, teaching the most skilled unit on this year's USC team. What do you do specifically as a coach to build a great defensive lineman? Let's go beyond the recruiting.
Yeah.
Technically,
train them.
How do you work with the players?
We train them.
Technique. Quick. Ice pick. That's it. Now accelerate.
We're demanding. We train them. This is how we're going to do it. This is the way to get it done. They buy into the system. They play hard.
Work your feet and hands. Reduce the pad. Let's go.
They dominate.
All out effort on the back. Effort, Juicy. Effort. quick, finish. Atta baby, atta baby.
They have great technique. They're in great shape. We don't have any fat defensive linemen.
Quick, get vertical with your feet. Get vertical with your feet, Kevin.
There seems to be no question when talking to Coach O, the Trojans will win games, and his players will move on to the next level.
You got some great coaches on the staff, guys that are highly motivated, players that are highly motivated to get to the NFL, and they're going to get their dream here to get to the NFL and graduate from University of Southern California.
The Chaminade Eagles soar to a state football championship. A big win over Enterprise for Ed Croson and company. Donovan Lee, the key tonight for the Eagles. 4 games down and one big one to go. The biggest high school football game in America this season as De La Salle battles St. John Bosco, and it's live right here on Time Warner Cable. Welcome to the Ticket, the StubHub Center, the home of the CIF State Football Championships. My name is Danny Page, and this is CIF Championship Game Day. A challenging road to a championship for Chaminade as they were forced to overcome over the last 2 weeks the 2 teams that had beaten them earlier in the season. They took care of Sarah. They handled Hart, and tonight drove over Enterprise, a 41-9 victory. Robert Braunstein, JT Rogan, it was just that easy for the Eagles, wasn't it?
Yeah, it really was. Enterprise knew coming into this game that they were going to have to be more like Avis and try harder, and try hard they did, but just wasn't quite enough for them tonight.
Wow, Robert, you always have the magic, don't you?
We'll have a second show later on tonight.
Yeah, right, JT, your thoughts?
Just a great performance by Chaminade. We saw that, I saw it at least last week against Hart, and they said, don't worry, Enterprise, we'll pick you up and we'll take you with us, except we'll leave with the trophy. They won the championship. Congratulations to Chaminade.
They're unquestionably the state champions in Division II. I think the one question is, could this team possibly be the 3rd best team in California, right behind the 2 that are set to take the field behind us in, about 25 minutes time? We'll look back at the D2 championship game. Donovan Lee, the key to that big win, will join us momentarily on the set, and then later in the show, we'll preview the De La Salle St. John Bosco game. But for the moment, it's all about the Eagles. We'll be right back on Time Warner Cable.
But we kick off the championship review with what else? The biggest football game of the season, the Open Division State Bowl game between SoCal powerhouse Centennial and dominant De La Salle from NorCal. The Huskies take the field hungry for a state title. De La Salle looking for a 4th consecutive state crown. De La Salle's Tio Pepe Vitale scores twice on 2-yard runs in the first quarter, breaks the school's single-season rushing record 14-0 at that point, and now Vitale showing the breakaway speed right through the secondary, and it's a 45-yard touchdown, and it's 21-0. Towards the end of the half, the Huskies get on the board, though, from inside 2 yards. Austin Rankin takes it in. It's 28-7, but the Huskies composed before the start of the second half, and Robert Weber pulls them back in the game, finding Chase Crevichet, a 45-yard score, and the Huskies are within 2 scores. But this is De La Salle. They obviously answer back. A 40-yard touchdown to Austin Lone Star through the air, 35-14 at this point. Let's head to the final frame. The Huskies down 21, trying to find a way back into this one. From inside the 10, Weber finds Barry Ware. It's 42-28. But the Spartans, another immediate response. This time, Vitale, 48-28. He finishes with 145 yards and 4 touchdowns on 25 carries. Legendary De La Salle coach Bob Ladouceur, unclear this might be his last game. 399th career win. That is their 4th championship at the state level, avenging a previous defeat to Centennial.
To 7, let's go to Danny Page with Malik McCord. Danny?
Yeah, Malik, the lead is down to 7, but you have to be pleased with the way you guys have asserted yourselves down low.
Starting out, yes. I just thought when they made their run, we got very sloppy, and we put them back in the game. So we got to clean up our passing second half, and we just got to keep attacking them.
And when they started to claw back into this game, they really picked up the pace offensively. Can you guys do anything to slow them down and play more to your game?
Yeah, stay in control. One, play our defense, because that's what we started slipping up on, and everything starts with us with defense. They went out of the zone and went to man, and we got to take advantage of that.
2 really strong basketball teams, though. This is special, isn't it?
Yeah, that's great. We couldn't ask for anything better.
Okay, good luck, Coach.
All right, thanks.
Wise words. Welcome back to this special edition of Varsity Roundup as we look at the second class to enter the CIF Los Angeles City Section Hall of Fame. Here's a look at the inductees in aquatics, which of course includes 4-time Olympic champion Lenny Krayzelburg, Sue Gossick in as well from Taft. Yes, he won gold in the 100 and 200 meter backstroke and also in the 4x100 meter medley and the 2000 Olympics in Sydney. He is Lenny Krayzelburg, and he joins us now. Lenny, thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
So from a child in the Soviet Union to Olympic champion to successful businessman to this couch, right? I mean, what a wild ride. Talk to us about the journey.
It is definitely a long journey, but certainly a wonderful one with a lot of memories. Coming to LA in 1989, going to Fairfax High School, on to Santa Monica College, USC, and then having an incredible opportunity making the Olympic team in 2000 and representing and winning 3 gold medals, and then having a chance to go to the Olympics in 2004 is just an incredible experience.
Talk to us about those Olympic medals, how you felt about winning them then, and now the perspective you have on it today, years later.
Well, winning it then, it was incredible, of course. Having a chance to go to the greatest sporting event in the world, to be able to win and know that you're an Olympic champion and a title and an honor will never be taken away from you, representing the United States of America, my family, my friends. It was very special. But I did not appreciate it or understand that at that time. I guess I was still so consumed with the fact that I was actively swimming and I was always worried about that next competition and someone beating me that I didn't appreciate it. Sitting here today, I do appreciate an incredible accomplishment. The work, all the work, all the dedication, the years of commitment to trying to be the best I can be and to be able to achieve that at the highest level. It is special, and I'm very, very proud of it.
The last one was only 9 years ago, though. Now, as I understand it, you obviously swept the backstroke in 2000 in Sydney, but you didn't start out as a backstroke swimmer, did you? It's something you pushed into later on.
I was pushed into it later on. When I got to USC, my coaches really saw the potential and the talent that I had in backstroke. And I remember Mark Schubert, my coach at USC, before I even became a student at USC or a swimmer at USC, he sat me in his office during our summer season and said, "Lenny, I think you're good enough to be the best backstroker in the world, and I'd like to offer you a full scholarship to USC." It was hard to turn it down.
You'll swim backstroke if they want you to. That's certainly fine. After that great run in Sydney 2000, you had a couple of injuries: serious shoulder, serious knee injuries. Did you worry that you might never be able to swim at that level again?
Well, certainly, those thoughts crossed my mind. But, one thing that I've always believed that, if I'm healthy, that I can be as good as anyone else in the world. And, I continue to work on my rehab, and I continue to try to be the best I can be and get back into shape. And certainly making the 2004 Olympic team was a tremendous honor and a great self-satisfaction for me, because knowing what I went through in between the 2 games and the health struggles was incredible to make that team.